All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Nighttime Astro Live and happy full moon. The full moon is happening in the early hours of tomorrow. So tonight you can get ready. Right? You can jump into the full moon portal tonight. Put out your crystals, put out your white paper, make some full moon paper. You can get your full moon water going, put some unsprayed rose petals or jasmine or lavender in there. I'm going to make tonight's the moon of the red clover. So I'm making red clover tonight. A nice tincture. I've been making tinctures for the Celtic lunar cycles. So I'll have mamas for like a long time. All right. So those are some of the things you can do on a full moon. And if you aren't ready yet to do that tonight, you can do it tomorrow, no problem. So here it comes, the full moon. We're going to break it down. I'll share my screen so we can look at the full moon chart together so you can get a sense of, okay, the degrees, how do I find it in your own chart, things like that. And of course, if you have questions, feel free to comment and I can watch them here on the side. Oh, hi, Bianca. Welcome. Good evening to you. So nice to have you here. That's the one who drank the moon. And if you're watching the replay, I'd be happy to answer your comments later on. So you can always tag me in the comments so that I get the notification and I can go there and respond. All right, so welcome to full moon energy. This is when everything gets expanded. And I'm sure you've noticed the moon the past couple of nights. Been very big, it's a super moon. And so super moon means that it's about 7% closer to the earth at this time, and it also appears 15% brighter. So it's gonna look bigger, it's gonna look brighter. So that's our visual aspect of it. But what's it going to feel like? It's going to be more intense. It's closer to the earth, so it's pulling on us. We feel that extra magnetic pull of the full moon. So just check how you're feeling, because this particular full moon carries a lot of guidance for self-awareness. And so whatever is coming up for you is for you to look at, for you to become more aware of whatever those feelings or thoughts or behaviors are. So just check, double check yourself. And of course, in relationship with other people, spouses, children, family members, neighbors, strangers on the street, just take a breath before you respond or react in a way that is a fiery moon. So fire is, passion, and things can get, out of control, especially if you feel indignant that you're right. Because this is a Sagittarius full moon, and Sagittarius is about being right. Well, it's about seeking the truth. Why? The motivation is to be in alignment, body and mind and soul, with a higher truth, a divine understanding. But if we not in pursuit of the holy truth, we then begin to become in pursuit of just being right. So it could be an overzealous kind of vibration if it's not checked in with your higher self, your higher mind, and your path of joy and bliss as a soul, having a very short time in the material world. And Neptune is very powerful and prominent in the full moon chart. And Neptune reminds us that we are not a body with a soul, but what's the Teilhard de Chardin quote? We are souls having a human experience, right? We're not humans having a soul experience. We're souls having a human experience. So we want to get the order right, because then it really changes our perception of reality. Okay, so I'm going to jump in. I have a couple of tarot cards that give great visuals for explaining the wisdom that's coming from the planets into our space, our environment, our hearts, and our minds. So again, full moon energy, it's drawing things from deep within us. So if you look at your garden, if you're gardeners, this is when you plant root vegetables, because the moon is pulling the water from deep in the soil And so if you have your root vegetables planted in, they get the water from deep in the soil because it's drawing things up. So root vegetables is a great time under the full moon to plant more surface or topical plants and vegetation, new moon, right? They're like the dark of the moon, but the roots, like that deep, deep nourishing of the moon being able to pull things up. Sap rises in the trees. So it's going to do the same thing for you. It's going to pull things up from deeper in your core, meaning your moon energy. So it's always good under a full moon to, go to your chart and go, okay, what's my moon sign again? And if it's a Sagittarius natal moon, then you're going to have a full moon over your natal moon. If you're a Gemini moon, you're going to have the moon opposite your natal moon, right? So you want to check in with your moon's sign, where it was when you were born, as well as the phase. That'll tell you a lot. And then, of course, where the moon is in your chart. What house? Is it being affected by other planets? Right? Conjunctions, meaning they come together, intensify. Squares are about building resistance for change, opportunities to grow. Oppositions are finding the harmony, finding the deep harmonic in polarity and opposites. And then we have some other good ones. We got the trines, which are harmony and flow. Sextiles, which are a synergy and helping one another. Those are 60 degrees. And then one of my favorites, which there's two in the full moon chart, is the yod, the quincux, which is an instability in the field. I love the instability because it's a great front and center reminder teacher to ground. And for me, having a lot of air in my chart, a lot of water, where it's moving all the time, grounding is a big deal. And it's true for all of us to ground our energy into Mother Earth, because she'll take care of us. She'll nurture us. She'll slow us down. She'll help us feel safe and secure. All right. So let's go into the chart. So I'm going to share my screen, and I just want to show you the full moon chart so you can get good at practicing reading an astrology chart. It's really fun and easy to do. And I'm going to have my How to Read Astrology Charts course on sale for my birthday. So I'm going to announce that on Wednesday or the next live. I think we're going Wednesday or Thursday. I have to double check the calendar. But okay, what's going on after this full moon? It's kind of taken over everything. But I'm going to have a birthday sale on starting June 24th. That's the day of my birthday. There's a flash sale, so super, super sale. And then there's a really awesome sale after that. So if you missed the flash super, super sale, you'll get access to the super sale afterwards. So there'll be, I'll be posting about that. I'll be sharing what's on sale, what's it about, why you might need it, how it can benefit your life. Okay, so watch for that because it's great savings. So if you've been thinking about buying a report or a course or something like that, wait till the end of the month. Okay, let me share my screen. Take a look at the chart. And this is brought to you by astro.com. And when is the full moon? So here in California, it's at 4:52 a.m. tomorrow. And East Coast will be 7:52 a.m. So you're going to look to the east. It's going to be rising. Here in California, it rises before the sun. So I mean, I'm sorry, it won't be in the east, it'll be in the west. Sorry. So look to the west to see the big full moon, but you'll see her rising when the sun sets tonight, and she'll be crossing the sky all night long. So she's going to be visiting with you as you sleep all night long, and she'll be saying so long when you wake up, and then she'll be doing inner work during the day for you. Okay, so here's the moon at 23 degrees Sagittarius. All right, so we have a fire moon. It's a mutable sign, meaning it wants to be in motion. It's dynamic and changing. It's seeking and searching. Sagittarius is about seeking and searching for the truth. It's about contacting your higher mind, your higher self, to optimize your life by connecting to source energy, right? It's about love and bliss and truth. Sagittarius is ruled by the planet Jupiter. Jupiter's over here at 5 degrees Aries. So Jupiter rules the fire sign of Sagittarius, currently moving through the fire constellation of Aries. So watch out for Jupiter, which wants to expand the full moon, which is already sitting at a super size. It's like super fries, bigger. So you're going to feel it more. Okay. So the 23rd degree to me is you see 23 a lot in our collective. You see it with the ancestry, 23andMe, 23 chromosomes, 23rd degree, right? So our Earth is at a 23.5 degree tilt. So 23 is a really powerful number of alchemy. And so the super Sagittarius strawberry moon is sitting at an alchemical degree. It's a prime number. So we want to just take note that this is a very special energy for you to do inner alchemy. How are you going to do that? Through contacting your Sagittarius ruled house, contacting Sagittarius energy, which is a spiritual pursuit of the truth. So it's going to be really guiding you to connect with your spiritual path of bliss and joy, right? Where are you on your spiritual path? The moon will help you see that. The sun is here. Hi, Shaman KK. Welcome, dear. So happy to have you here. The sun is here at 23 degrees Gemini. And 23 degrees Gemini is an air sign. It's mutable, so it's changing. Air, about the mind. Fire, about spirit. So we have the mind and spirit working together. The air element and the fire element working together. So light candles tonight. Burn some sage. Sage is like for the air, or incense, air. Candles, red, fire for Sagittarius. So air and fire elements really going to be wanting to help you in your search for truth and walking your spiritual path. Now, when we look at the Sabian symbols for the moon and the sun, they both have happiness in their energy and their frequency. The moon is representing at 23 degrees a bluebird of happiness at your door. So birds are messengers. This is the bluebird of happiness coming to your door. Open the door. Open the door. And we have the lunar nodes has a message for you because they are showing you. I have a couple of tarot cards that will show you what it looks like when you're not answering the door to joy, right? Receiving that bluebird of happiness messenger that's being sent to you from your higher self, saying, knock, knock, who's there? Bluebird who? Bluebird, a joy of happiness at your door, at your service. So let that bluebird in, right? Let the sunshine in. Now, the sun at Gemini at 23 degrees is being represented by children who are ice skating on a pond. So imagine the joy of children ice skating on a frozen pond. Oh, aren't they happy? Right? It's probably, it's not snowing, so they're outside. It's cold enough where the pond is frozen. They got their ice skates on and they're moving. They're gliding across frozen water. It's joyful. So it's about bringing joy into your life. The moon is about at the core root self. Let the joy in, right? So that's how you merge with this particular super strawberry moon. Lots and lots and lots of joy. And when you go to my blog post, I have it up here. I explain that in more detail. But even if you look at the photos I chose, some of them I created because I'm like, okay, how do I capture the energy of joy of this moon? Jumping for joy, heart energy, love, rainbow coming from the sun, your higher self, right? So you want to be checking in with the centaur, Chiron, who wants to bring you healing. He's conjunct Mars, and Mars wants to bring you the energy of what would you feel like? What would life be like if all the troubles were over? What would you, how would you live if you were had every access to joy and happiness and the world was a good place? What would your life, how would your life change from where it's been to where it can go? Hi, Rochelle. I fell through, I fell through my grandparents' pond ice skating when I was really little. Oh my God, that must have been scary. Let's replace that with, you know, of course you're here today, so somebody helped you come out. That must have been scary. Let's give you a nice frozen pond that's not able to open up, right? So you're just freely flying on your ice skates over the frozen pond, having a time of your life, laughing, rosy cheeks with your friends and family. Yeah, so when so you can go visit the blog post. We're gonna dive into the energy more, but here, we got sunflowers. We got the lady with her feet out the window. It's summertime. Get the flip-flops on. Let's go take a break. Let's have a picnic. Let's go to the beach. Let's go someplace pretty. You laugh about it now. Oh, good. But I bet a little girl must have been scary. Oh, poor thing. I'm glad you're over it. We'll talk about Neptune. Neptune's very important. And then here's our bluebird of happiness at our door. We're letting them in, right? Going to be fun. So, you know, if you have bluebirds where you live, talk to them. Say, thank you for bringing me joy. Okay. So that's the sun and moon's energy. Because we call this the third decan of sign, meaning 0 to 9 degrees is first decan, 10 to 19 is second, and 20 to 29 is the third. So this is taking on the energy of the third fire sign. If we go, okay, Sagittarius, Sagittarius, number 1, second decan, Aries, third decan, Leo. So this full moon, strawberry moon, has the energy of Leo wrapped in it. So Leo is creativity, childhood play, lots of fun, innocence, laughter, happiness. Whereas the sun is in the third decan of Gemini. So we go Gemini, first decan, Libra, second decan, Aquarius, third decan. So the Aquarius energy is ruled with the sun. So that's friends, hopes, dreams, future, right? So how you feel under the strawberry super full moon is shaping your future. So let's do our best to get as happy and joyful as we can. And if we're not there because we've been struggling and going through hard times, let's see what we can release and let go under the full moon, and use the fire element. You can write it down and burn it, free the energy. Because the lunar nodes here, let's see, the lunar nodes are in Taurus, 22, right? Almost 20, just past the 23rd. Right here, they have, and notice that the south node is Yod to the sun, meaning instability, we got to ground it. The north node is Yod to the moon, instability, we got to ground it. So the south node is releasing the past. Scorpio, how you really feel deep down inside. Secrets that you hold, you don't tell anybody, only those you trust. So who do you trust in your life to share what you need to share and let go? But the lunar nodes are saying, this is where I'm going to bring in my tarot card, to stabilize this energy to the sun, who wants to have some fun with their friends and wants a future filled with fun with the soul tribe. We got to let go of what brings us depression and disparity. Despair, depression, sadness. So I'm going to stop my screen share. I want to show you a tarot card. Okay. Oh, look, we got, ooh, it almost looked like a I Ching from the window. So the card, 5 of Cups. This is the South Node in Scorpio that says, okay, notice she's wrapped in a dark cloak, like wrapped in a dark mantle, like this is her sadness and despair. She is looking at the cups that are spilled, the things that did not work out, the sadness, the depression, and she's just wrapped up in it, and that's all she could see are these 3 cups that did not work out. But behind her are 2 cups that are upright, being ready to be filled with joy, fun, happiness. And all she has to do is turn around and fill those cups up. She's even by a river. That river consciousness wants to fill those cups up with source energy of joy and happiness. Wants to move the old past of sadness and despair. So the South Node says to stabilize your mind. Just allow yourself time to let it go, right? And then turn around. Go to the North Node and fill those cups up. Because the North Node says, we have to see, what is it? My glasses. Oh, we have to live with integrity. Integrity, what's integrity? And I think that a great person that explains integrity is Don Miguel Ruiz, the 4 Agreements. Live your, let your words, live what you say, live what you do, mean what you say what you do, live with integrity. That's what the North Node is, stabilizing that moon that's feeling all the feels, that's sad, and has lots of, I will look at my 3 cups. Janet, don't take my 3 cups away. I'm like, yes, I see your 3 cups, and oh, it's terrible. I'm so sorry that. But to be living with integrity, you got to acknowledge the other parts too. What did this bring to your life? What lessons, what gifts, what wisdom can you have if you allow yourself to have a future that's filled with joy and happiness? Because remember, a couple weeks ago, we were looking at the nightmares, what's been keeping us up at night, right? That energy goes right into the 5 of Cups, right? We don't want to, if we've been here, dark night of the soul, up late at night with worry, anxiety, troubles, and then it leads to the emotional, the cups being spilled, and that's all we could see, then we want to be able to have enough inner strength to turn around, see those cups, walk down to the river, fill them up, and let yourself start to be reborn, renewed in that source energy. Okay, so I thought that was really interesting with the cups. 555 moon. Oh my God, right, KK? Totally. Hi, June. Naomi's light. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy full moon, Sagittarius full moon. Right over June's sun. Nice. Rachel shares, holy crap, does that completely explain what happened since yesterday? See, you're always right on it. You're one of my weather vanes out there, Rachel. Super Gemini, always like tuning in to like, what the heck is going on here? I'm glad that explains. Okay, so let's go back to the chart. So, okay, so we've got the moon, Yod, the North Node, the future, right? Living with integrity, feeling safe and secure with the Palestina and Venus and Uranus, right? She's going to pass through them. Wisdom of the goddess, Gaia, Mother Earth, bounty, abundance, cornucopia, Uranus. Let's change this up. Sudden changes. You don't even have to know how, just let it happen. Life changing, sudden, right? Wants to change that feeling of, to bring more joy into your life. What needs to change? Let's bring that Uranus energy in there and say, help me out, Sky God. Sky God's like, I'm so glad you asked. That's exactly what I do. Then we have the South Node going into the sun, how we shine our light in the world, that innocence of the child, skating and having fun. In order to do that more and more in our life, we got to let go of the past, let go of the 5 of Cups, turn around. Just all you got to do is turn around, see what's there, see those 2 empty cups that are ready to be filled with your happiness and joy. Okay, so now we have the Mars Chiron conjunction at 15 degrees, the midpoint of Aries. Who are you? Your I am presence, your divine energy, your spark of life. Go get them. your inner warrior, your spirit warrior. That's who's the one that walks the path and becomes joyful and blissful. So this is power here, conjunction of the healer. This is the medicine. And the medicine that's coming down is self-awareness, self-realization. How do we get there? We have to act today, right here, right now, as if we matter to the world, as if who you are matters to the world. And it does, because Gaia called your soul here to be here now, to add your light, your power, your presence on into the matrix here, because she knows you will help, you matter. So you matter to Gaia because she called you here. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. You'd be some other planet doing good things. So let Chiron and Mars help you with self-awareness. And how you bring more of that self-awareness is you wake up in the morning and say, you know what? I matter, right? What is it? Some of you might remember Stuart Smalley from Saturday Night Live. He'd look in the mirror and go, you are smart enough, you are good enough, and gosh darn it, you matter. So we got to put on our Stuart Smalley. This is Stuart Smalley right here. So let me just remind people who are like, what's she talking about? Stuart Smalley. I loved him. He was one of my favorite characters. Oh, Stuart Smalley affirmations. Hell yeah. Oh my God, he's so cute. Images. Okay, Stuart Smalley, there you are. Look how cute, so cute. Here he is. I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me. He would look in the mirror, right? He'd say these things to himself. So I'm gonna post some YouTubes. Let's do that'll make you laugh, right? Especially if you've been feeling a little blue. We need some Stuart Smalley. Let's see what this one is. Let's get rid of the ad. All right, okay, here we go. Hope you can hear that.
I deserve good things. I am entitled to my share of happiness. I refuse to beat myself up. I am an attractive person. I am fun to be with.
I like that.
Affirmation with Stuart Smalley.
We gotta watch this every night this week.
Nurturer, a member of several 12-step programs, not a licensed therapist.
Oh.
I'm going to do a terrific show today, and I'm going to help people with a good enough, smart enough, and doggone it, people like
Okay, I will post that. I hope you you like that just as much as I do. Stuart Smalley, we got to get our Stuart Smalley on. That's Chiron Mars energy right there, Stuart Smalley. Okay, Jupiter is also echoing to follow, when you follow your path of bliss, like what brings you happiness, what gives you a laugh, like, gosh, if I followed my Stuart Smalley because it makes me laugh, that's Jupiter. I'm activating Jupiter in my life. Path of bliss is an act of self-love. And when you follow your joy or what makes you laugh or what tickles you, what you're really doing is you're learning about yourself through joy. Like if you really stop for a moment and you go, okay, I'm going to make a list of what makes me laugh or what makes me feel good or whatever it is. It could be the most inconsequential thing or something pretty big, like going for a walk or getting an ice cream cone or a pedicure or whatever that is, calling a friend, hanging out. What you're going to take that list, like one or two things, and really look at them and learn something about yourself through what that is. So for example, I like Stuart Smalley. He cracks me up. He's funny. And I really look at that. I'm like, okay, he has a list. I think that's funny to me because I'm very audio. It sounds funny. And then I like that he's, no matter what, he's like this self-help person. So that I'm learning about myself. Like I value that, and I want to do that. So maybe I have my own, I'm following my own path of a steward's knowledge. Like I want to help you all feel good. I want to feel good. I want to share what makes us feel good. Right? Okay, so you learn about yourself. Now go back to Mars and Chiron. Shannon, why do we need to learn about ourselves? Well, because self-awareness and self-realization is where the medicine is to heal that divine inner presence of your God self being, right? Okay, Jupiter energy, that rules the Sagittarius full moon. Mercury rules the Gemini sun. What's Mercury doing? Oh boy, there he is, potent power, 0 degrees. So he's still in his shadow zone of his Mercury retrograde. So he's still in review, even though he's going direct. The last time he was 0 degrees, write this down, was April 30th. So go back, 6 weeks, right? A month and a half. Yeah, about 6 weeks. Well, what was going on in your life April 30th? Mercury wants to know because he's bringing you gifts from that time. I went back and I looked, and that was the new moon in Aries, right? So if you go to my website and you're reading the blog, you just go to April in the archives, April 2022, and look at this. Project Faith into the Future, Taurus solar eclipse, new moon. So it was a solar eclipse because the eclipse happened in the sign of the lunar nodes. April 30th was a new moon in Taurus, right? So you can go and see like, okay, let me review what was happening. Oh gosh, look, 3 of Cups, Venus was rolling. She was in the Garden of Delight with Jupiter. Oh my gosh, so many good things. She's sprinkling the flowers, she's cultivating, things were growing. Woohoo! We like that. So that was the last time that Mercury was at 0 degrees Gemini. So he is bringing the Taurus full moon back into your life. There's a gift for you there. So kind of let yourself go back and find out what that is, because he's carrying potent power in his home sign. He's ruling this fun of the Gemini sun, and he's about clear sight. He is, the Sabian symbol is a glass bottom boat, meaning you're looking into the water, into the consciousness, into the deep unconsciousness through glass. Like it's not covered with a ship hull. It is clear glass, so you can see through it. So this is clear seeing. What needs to be more, we have the energy, the power of clear seeing. This is the magical mind. The magical mind. And so when we get to the big power of this chart, because the sun and moon are in a direct T-square timeout to Neptune. And when Neptune's in a square like that, it's going to bring out the shadow side. The shadow of Neptune in Pisces is fog, illusion, Maya. Let's look into the collective. What's currently the collective topics, right? We have the January 6th hearings. To me, that's going to give you a great example of Maya, illusion. There's, you have 2 sides telling 2 different stories, very Gemini. How do you clear see through that, right? Do you believe one side opposed to the other? Do you kind of believe a little bit on one side, kind of believe a little bit on the other side? Like what really happened? There's so many theories out there. So this is about how you find your way through the fog of illusion. And that is another tarot card that's really good. I think it's the 8 of Cups. Let me just see real quick. 8 of Cups, 8 of Cups. All right, 8 of Cups. Getting there. I love the tarot. It's just real. Okay, it is the 7 of Cups. This is the energy. I'm going to stop my screen share so you can see the card. This is the energy of Neptune square the super full moon and sun. Look at all these cups. We got all these fancy baubles. Some look inviting, some look a little scary. Some have something hidden, some have temptation. So Neptune is like, I'm going to present you all these foggy, illusion, weird smoke and mirror things. And I'm going to tell you what each one means. But Neptune says, nuh-uh, don't get it from human, get it from soul, get it from God. And how do we contact that energy? We have to ask our own higher selves. So Neptune is helping us say, okay, this is what you want to do. Remember last week we talked about the how and the why. So if you're looking at, say, the January 6th hearings, ask yourself, okay, how did this happen? Why did this happen? And what were the motivations? Who benefits, right? Who's motivated to tell one side of the story or the other side of the story? There's always gonna be two sides and the truth is somewhere in the middle. So just do this to it. No, I'm not buying none of it. I need to go into my soul and ask for clarity. So Neptune says, ask the how and the why, and then ask, what's the motivation? From a very neutral place, you can use your oracle cards to get, because remember the full moon is seeking truth, right? So coming back, because it's T squaring the moon, T squaring the sun. And it's designed to create that kind of illusion, chaos, nothing's clear, I feel lost, and I don't know my way. And so Big Daddy government steps in and says, I'll show you the way. And you're like, well, can you be trusted? Let me look at your motivations for telling me a certain spin on a story. So this is a very spin doctor kind of power. So we want to be on our game. Now, my trick is when we have this powerful full, super full moon in a T square to Neptune, putting it into the shadow, which Neptune and Pisces is very powerful in the shadow because it's smoke and mirrors. Being in a fun house and not really seeing, like, perceptions way off. We go into the opposing polarity point. Virgo. Virgo's analyzing. Virgo's researching. She's the critical thinker. She's going to ask questions. Virgo, she wants to know. Give me the how, when, why, what, where. She's going to dig and find the truth by analyzing and critically thinking, asking questions, asking more questions. Anytime I look at this energy, I'm so reminded of my good friend Linda Light, who's like quadruple Virgo. And she was, I wasn't in that class, but in religion class in Catholic high school, she asked the nuns were teaching, the assignment, and she's like, well, why? And she got kicked out of class because she questioned the philosophy, because she's like, doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to my Virgo mind that's seeking to know so I can learn. Right? I want to learn what's going on. I don't want to take sides. I want to learn what's going on. So I loved the 25th degree of Virgo. The image is a boy with a censer. And if you have any, in the churches, that's like the altar boy. So his message, or the 25th degree of Virgo's message, is the highest truth, right? Or rapture, that means communion with your spirit, can be found in a ceremonial celebration of your spirituality. So we go here to the 25th degree of Virgo, celebrating our spirituality, like our spirituality, our spiritual path. That's going to align us with the moon, who's seeking truth in the path of joy and bliss. And that's what the sun is, seeking happiness and fun from the child place, from the inner child. So if you're feeling lost in the illusion, come down into the 25th degree of Virgo to balance it out. And that's the guidance for how to find clarity, is celebrate your spirituality through ceremony, through something that is, a simple act of focused intention of your spirituality. And that will bring in the power of this joyful moon. It'll bring in the power of the joyful sun. Isn't that cool? So June asked, the moon is going to be the 23rd degree, same as my natal sun tomorrow. Oh, wow. Okay, so June, you're getting the full moon on your sun. So when the moon conjuncts your sun, in real time, that's a new moon. So this full moon is bringing you a new moon experience, meaning a new beginning of your personality, of the Sagittarius part of you. Right? So that's how you can start to interpret this energy, begin to merge with it. Like in my own chart, I'll show you my chart. Let me just go. So I can show you how to find it in a chart. So we're looking for 23 degrees, Sagittarius and Gemini. Mine's really interesting. I'm like June. I've got it prominently in my natal chart. So here's my natal chart. 23 degrees rising, 23 degrees descendant Sagittarius. So the full moon is on my descendant exact. The sun is on my ascendant exact. So and anytime it's, planet crosses your ascendant, midheaven, descendant, or I call it your medicine wheel, right? So I have the sun and moon on my medicine wheel. So to me, this is a big one. When the sun crosses your ascendant, it's your second birthday. That's something you learn in my astrology course. I know, right? Holy ladies. I'm like, KK, I need to get a shaman healing. What's your schedule like? I need to book one for my birthday. I need a KK healing. Yeah, so I've got it right there. I mean, smack dab. And then it's going to activate my Mercury. So I'm having my second birthday before my sun birthday. My sun birthday's in 10 days. Yeah, so this is so interesting. I don't remember the last time there was a sun full moon on my ascendant. So the sun passed by my moon about last week, and now it's on my ascendant. Full moon's on my descendant. So this is for how you would connect to this is, who am I? What am I emerging as? I'm being reborn by the sun with the vibration that I came in with to merge through. The children ice skating, meaning having fun. The moon is healing, clearing, drawing up my ability to be in relationship. And these are all kinds of relationships. But first and foremost, for me, my first and foremost relationship is my spiritual relationship to my soul, my search for truth, right? Then after that, I can begin making friendships, partnering, marriage. But, I have to marry that part of me first because of my descendant in Sagittarius. And then, of course, I would do really well with spiritual-minded friends. I would do really well with clients, business-wise, who are spiritually minded. And then I would do really well with a man who's spiritually minded. That's how you kind of start to interpret that. Okay, so I just wanted to show you how you find it in your chart. You find Gemini, and then look at the house. For me, it's smack dab on the degree that opens my first house. So my body, myself, my I am. And then look for Sagittarius. It'll be exactly opposite your Gemini ruled house. And then you'll go, okay, what house is that? Okay, ooh, 7th house. Relationships. Can I be my authentic Gemini, children skating on the frozen pond self when I merge into relationship with others? It's taken quite a bit of time to be able to do that. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that. How to find it in your chart. So look for Gemini symbol, look for Sagittarius, the arrow symbol, and then look at what house numbers they are, right? For me, 1 and 7, boom, that's my focus. I don't got to worry about the rest of this stuff. I mean, I can if I want to go deeper into it, but if I stay right in that space, wow, I can really do some good. All right. Okay, any questions about finding it in your chart? I'm looking to see what the rest of this week looks like. What's coming up? Because I know the next retrograde is Neptune. I think that's on my birthday. Oh Lord. So we'll be talking about that. All right, so let's see. Neptune goes retrograde. When does Neptune go retrograde? Just looking at my wee moon. Oh, Neptune doesn't go retrograde till the 28th. Oh, on the new moon. Oh boy, that's gonna be fun. Okay, so I'm looking to see Wednesday. Ooh, Wednesday. I think we need to go live Wednesday because that's when we'll have the exact conjunction of Mars and Chiron. That'll be fun to talk about. And we'll look at the chart for that. So I'll go live Wednesday, and I've got some special announcements on Wednesday. So Wednesday we will do Mars conjunct Chiron chart. All right. Okay, so any other questions about the full moon? Okay, we got KK here, 11.5 Saturn. Okay, Saturn, that's right. You have Saturn, Venus, and Gemini. So the sun is activating Kelly's Saturn and Venus. All right, Saturn and Venus in the 11th. Yes, in the 11th house, that's right. I always think of this other friend that has the same conjunction, but hers is in the 9th house. And then she's like, I got Neptune and Sagittarius in the 5th house. All right, so KK is having the Gemini sun in her 11th house, activating her natal Saturn and Venus. So in sound healing, the frequencies of Saturn and Venus are about creative rest. So Saturn is pulling the energy to a focus, and Venus is looking at relationships and creativity. What do I want to create in my next relationship? Go rest on that. Swing in the hammock. Go to the water. Work it. So the sun is in your future house of hopes and dreams. Saturn wants it to focus. And Venus says love and relationships. So and Venus will say, let's start with your friends first, right? What kind of friends or group of friends does this, potential new future relationship want to be around? Like, what kind of group do you want to be a part of? And then the full moon is in her 5th house, activating Neptune, and we have that Neptune square. So Kelly's in a Neptune square Neptune phase. I'm in a Neptune trine. Because my Neptune's in Scorpio. So 5th house of creativity, love, joy, romance, childhood play. Neptune, so like when Kelly, who's a practicing shaman, it's playful for her to go into the other dimensions, right? That Neptune, she's looking for truth. She's going in and in these other outer worlds, inner worlds, and she's looking for her clients for the healing medicine. And it's fun for her, right? Looking for doing a healing and searching for truth. That's fun for her. It's creative and play. So a good way for the moon in your 5th house to heal that sense of spiritual play and romance and joy. It says go into the spirit world like a child, the innocence of a child, and play, do some play. You might need to, go to your fire power animals, dragons, and who else are fire animals? Jaguar, the power animals of the South. Right? Jaguar, because we're in the year of the tiger, the lions. Go to your Leo rising. I think you got to go hang out with the lion beings over under the full moon. Tiger, jaguar, South. If that activate that love and that ability to see it from the third eye space. Fun. I'd wear some red or those fire colors, red, orange, yellow, blue, green. Wear like a fire outfit. Put your hair up. Fire altar, like a joy fire altar. Maybe get a pomegranate, juicy and red. Pomegranates in your salad. Something like that, my friend. Shaman KK vibrates to 23 degrees. Royal Line Beans, hello. I think they're calling your name. They're like, you know, like the Empress throne. Their paws are like right here. Come. Got it all nice and velvety for you. Come and hang out. Mamacita needs to be on a throne with her crown on. Yes. All right. June says, uh-oh, she has found Gemini. The house. Oh, that's right. You're opposite KK because you're the polarity. KK's Leo rising. June is an Aquarius rising. So she's got it opposite. She's got Sagittarius up there in her 11th house, where the moon is on her sun. And then the Gemini sun down there in her 5th house. Ooh, all my cards today had lions in them. Yes, go to the lions, the lion beings. Yeah, you and KK, field trip to the royal house of the lion. I love your card said that. I was getting that too a couple days ago. I'm like, oh my God. That's why I posted. I was like, wow, it's the year of the tiger. Wow, the lion beings are going to roar. Because they're like, this is our year. That's our cousin tiger. Tiger says, come on, all the lion beings, all the felines get to roar under this lion's gate. I feel like it's like the party has started, especially on the 6-6 gateway, because we're in a year of a 6. And, you know, it's the Lover's card, the felines, the lions, the tigers, the jaguars, the cheetahs, all the felines. Bring them in. I've been really feeling the black jaguar. He's beautiful black slinky jaguar. I like how KK says, paw around your medicine. I'm always like, oh, I love that feeling of she's pawing around. If you haven't had a shamanic healing with the beautiful Kelly Kessler, Shaman KK, or done one of her group healings, she's going to have one on the solstice. Kelly, can you share a post, an invitation for people to join you on the solstice? It's so good. And that'd be a great way to open up your energetic space for the Lionsgate in August, 8/8 Lionsgate. Highly recommend going to the summer solstice shaman circle with KK. She does them on Zoom. They're awesome. They're so powerful and healing. So KK, if you would like, please make a post and I'll approve it. And go to this, celebrate the joy, the fun of the solstice, the beginning of summer, with a spiritual experience, because that's what this super strawberry full moon is telling you, is all the planets are like spirit path, don't look over there, that's a bunch of illusion, go path of joy, spirit, connect, fire, air, remember who you are. You matter. You're here on purpose. I gave you a formal invitation. You said yes. Now you're here. Do your spirit thing. And also, the lovely June Hinson is a fabulous intuitive card reader, healer. And also get a healing with June doing a tarot reading, Akashic Records reading. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Her card readings are like big. Those are great. So June, if you'd like to write a post for how to get a reading with you, please do. Okay, Neptune and Venus in the 11th. All getting activated. Ooh, that's right. You got the Venus in Sagittarius Sun in Sagittarius, Neptune in Sagittarius, spiritual mama teacher, all that Venus. That's the gypsy soul who's free to run through the woods. So I know I'm getting back in touch with my healer self. I've been on the call again. Oh, good, 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 good. I think this experience, give yourself this week of feeling into the full moon and allow that rebirth, that new beginning. Remember, it's quiet in the beginning, and then it takes form. So just allow yourself. You don't have to be like, okay, hit the ground running 90 miles an hour. Nah, gently go into this rebirth. Yes, that'd be good. Hi, Teresa. Welcome. So happy you could join us. Full moon. Super full moon. Strawberry, 23 degrees Gemini, 23 degrees Sag. Where is this in your chart? Got any planets in Gemini or Sag? They're getting activated. Yes. All right. So I hope this was, so I'll wait a few minutes for Teresa to, oh, yes, loving this releasing energy in Sag. She's on it. Teresa is on it. Good. Yes, use the fire element, use the air element. You can use the air element like in sprays if you like the mist. That's very Neptunian too. Incense or sage, burning, right? Clearing, smudging, cleansing. You could also, and of course, fire is red stones. Like this is a red jasper, blood jasper. Fire candles. Setting intentions. Oh yeah, I know. My mom's watching the Warriors too. I gotta get going and I gotta root the team on. Yeah. Hi, Adriana. Welcome, beautiful. Happy super strawberry full moon to you. I was just about to jump off, but I'm going to post the replay. So, Adriana, watch the replay if you have time, so you can take the wisdom into the night, into the full moon. You can put your crystals out. I just got two. Oh, I can't wait to show you them. Two new tarot decks. I had to get two because it's Gemini. One, I was like, so I follow a couple tarot people on YouTube and they're so good. And they're always like, look at, this is the deck I'm using. Because I'm like, those cards are gorgeous. So I'm going to show you the cards next week. Because this is the Rider-Waite deck. And this is the giant deck because they're nicer to see on the, I don't know how I would shuffle them, but I didn't know they were going to be this big, but I like them. But I got two new decks. Oh, so beautiful. They are, some of you might have them. They are the Santa Muerta deck. Oh, that one's powerful. That one's just like, I got to put that in a sacred box. So beautiful. And then I have the Light Seers Tarot. I love the artwork because it's all kind of modern, and I like the artist, and she put runes and stuff, and it's very multicultural, so everybody's represented in the Light Seers Tarot. That's a great deck. The visuals are amazing. She really put her heart and soul in that deck. So I'm going to put those two decks out tonight under the full moon. So another cool thing you can do is you can put your oracle cards or tarot decks out under the moon. You put your crystals and stones out there too, or your healing sprays. Get them charged up, cleared out. So those are going outside tonight, or on the windowsill, whatever's easier for you. Oh, you have the Light Seers Tarot. Oh, isn't that the best deck? Oh my gosh, I'll bring them out maybe on Wednesday, just to show you them. I'm so excited to start using them. So I'm like, I really like the art because it's kind of funky, new, modern. I like she incorporated really cool sacred geometry and runes in them with like modern day young people. I was like, oh, this is so brilliant. Yeah, I liked her energy. So I'm gonna purify them out in the moon, and because I want those cards to be my seeking truth decks. So I'm going to put them out under the Seeking Truth moon. That's super sized. So I highly recommend that for everyone too. And you could put your decks out, you know, in their box, and you could put a crystal on top, right? If you want to put some crystal energy or rose quartz, may these cards be infused with the power of love, right? So get creative with your tools. Or here's a Lemurian crystal. I can put that on my deck outside tonight. It's all about attention. So have fun playing. Nobody can do it wrong, right? You can only just do it your way. That's perfect way. I got a couple new decks also. All right, we're getting our deck collection. I know they're so fun. Sometimes I'm like, are you just a collector of decks and you don't really use them? Because I like to collect the art. You know, I like to sponsor, you know, artists, and of course I like to have them. But sometimes I'm like, well, I don't want to do another reading until I really get this one, like really honor the power of the reading. So sometimes it takes me a while to go through them. Yeah, good idea. They will get wet in the morning dew, however. Oh, that's right. You live near the ocean. Well, you can just put them out, you know, now, or, you know, when the sun sets, and then put them out, and then you can take them in before you go to bed. You could do it tomorrow night too. That's another way you can do it if you don't want them to get wet. But sometimes if you keep them in the box, that might kind of just make the box wet, but keep the cards okay. Or you can leave them on a windowsill, not outside. You can do it that way too. Or, you know, those cake holders, and they have like a glass top. You could put them inside something that's glass, and so it gets the energy. Yeah, you can get creative. So you don't want to get, you know, your cards wet because they'll warp, and that's no fun. You want to, you know, take good care of your cards because they take good care of you, helping us navigate our lives, right, with truth and integrity. I have mine in an ammo box. The intention is for the energy to get into them. Nice, an ammo box. That's hardcore. I love it. That's super ingenious. Right, so what other ideas we got out there to help our community out? Because sometimes, especially if we're kind of new to working with tools, magical tools, you know, we might feel a little overwhelmed. So I love to be inspired by others. So feel free to share what your tips are and what oh, the Marine in you. That's right. Talk about protective boundaries. Don't mess with me. Right? Semper Fi. I love it. Go Semper Fi. That's right. You know, everybody needs to have a friend who was a Marine. I'm like, I feel safer now. Yeah, so that's right. I love the ammo box. That's so cool. Thinking about it. All right. Well, me and Teresa are going to get back to the Warriors game. Hopefully I hope they win tonight. It was tough because, you know, I do have a strong heart connection to the Celtics because they're Irish, but they have been playing a little dirty. I know. Don't be messing with my Warriors. My Klay Thompson, my Steph Curry. Okay? They're so sweet, the Warriors. Even my Draymond Green, even though he's a wild man, but he's a Pisces sun, which makes me laugh every time. I'm like, you're Pisces sun, you gotta have an Aries rising or Aries moon or something, or Leo rising. He's so fiery for a Pisces sun. Oh, but I love him. I love his like, he don't take no crap. Oh, you're so welcome, June. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. Thanks for watching the replays. Thanks for adding to the commentary and the conversation. It's always wonderful. I'm gonna, of course, put this on YouTube. So for all the YouTube watchers, thank you for watching and thank you for adding to the conversation. That's how we learn together. Because a reminder, zodiac symbol for this 2022 zodiac year as birds of a feather flock together. Wild geese in flight, right? We take turns lifting each other up, right? We're flying together. And where are we going? South for the winter. It's the endless summer. All right. Thank you, Bianca, for being here. You're so welcome. And of course, please, later on, if you have questions, post them. We have lots of amazing women in community and men in the community that they see it like Teresa and June and Kelly, they jump in and they say, hey, I have an answer for you. So thank you to all the former Lunar Ladies Inner Circle people who've been studying and living and playing with their charts for years now. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and your magic and your gifts, because who was it that said, I believe it's Mars and Chiron that we're going to talk about on Wednesday in 2 nights. You matter. That's why you're here. All right. So have a wonderful evening. Happy full moon. Can't wait to hear about everyone's experience. And I'll be back on Wednesday night, 7 p.m. for Nighttime Astro Live. And we're going to focus on Chiron conjunct Mars conjunct Chiron. Woohoo! Bye for now. Good night.